Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So today we are reacting to an Atozy video about a disrespectful streamer, aka a nuisance streamer named Johnny Somali. I've reacted to a video about him before from Atozy, and okay, so if you don't know what a nuisance streamer is, here, I'll explain to it. Basically, they stream themselves out, walking around out in public, like the typical IRL streamer, but the difference between a regular IRL streamer and a nuisance streamer is a nuisance streamer goes out in public and harasses people. And Johnny Somali, he not only harasses people, he threatens people, he also does fucked up shit to things, and he's even like a lot of the he's made sexual threats towards some women, from what I heard. And yeah, he also violated a historical monument in South Korea called the Comfort Woman statue. And I'm not going to talk about the history because that's fucked up. The history is fucked up. Just think about it, comfort women. All I'll say is it has to do with, like, World War II, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's World War II. And the Japanese soldiers that were in South Korea did very bad things to women there. And I'm pretty sure even Japan tried to apologize for that in, like, I don't remember when, but yeah. It's really dark and fucked up shit that happened, and that statue represents it, and this man violated it, and it led to him getting jumped by citizens. And not only that, people, he did all sorts of shit, like a lot of messed up stuff and being racist. So yeah, that's all you need to know so far. And he, for the first time, is actually suffering the consequences of his actions, because he did the same thing in Japan and got away with it, but he's banned from going to Japan ever. So anyway, let's start the video.
It's safe to say one of the most disliked live streamers in the world just realized he destroyed his life chasing internet attention.
Even looks like a douchebag.
Things have somehow gotten even worse for Johnny Somali out there, because not only
has he been slapped
with more charges, but one of these new charges, they come with a mandatory prison sentence of at least 3 years if convicted. And considering South Korea has about a 99% conviction rate, it's not like you really need to be a legal expert.
Oh yeah, Johnny Somali hates this guy, by the way. He hates Atozy.
Dumber is the fact that Johnny, just like everything else, live stream him doing everything. Just like how he live streamed himself prank calling the police for $5, how he live streamed himself.
Oh, look, him and his butt buddy.
Workers, stalking other streamers, showing up.
By the way, that part where he was outside in his... right there, he was trying to look crazy for the camera to get people to send him out, but... apparently he tried to plead for insanity or something, tried to do something where he could plead for insanity, but that's not a law in South Korea, so yeah, he's still... He's still there, and he's probably going to go to prison for a long time.
Late to his own trial after drunkenly insulting the judge and prosecutors while also live. Oh, in his new defense, he's apparently trying to pull the I'm bipolar card to avoid jail time. That's not going to work. Good luck with that, especially because he's already pleaded guilty to 3 charges in the exact same case. So today we're diving into how Johnny somehow managed to stack 5 criminal charges in just a few months, all of which could send him to prison for years, all for the attention of, like, what, 20 teenagers online. But on top of that, we're also talking about a new investigation.
He's also banned from streaming everywhere
for him, so it's safe to say things are just not going his way over there. And speaking of doing stupid stuff live, he also leaked a conversation between his pretend lawyer and his real lawyer live. So it's safe to say things are becoming...
Just so you know, his pretend lawyer is that little butt buddy that it showed him with, that Korean dude, who is also a nuisance streamer who lives in South Korea doing the same shit as him. And that guy also got jumped by South Korean civilians. Like, and his ass got whooped pretty bad. Like, they both got their asses kicked at the same time, FYI.
more and more telling of how screwed he really is. And this whole nonchalant act is in fact nothing more than just an act that's going to backfire on him massively. So let's get into this disaster. So as of right now, I saw him pleading guilty to 3 charges last time I traveled out to South Korea. This was for disruption of business revolving around the incident at 7-Eleven in Mappo that we actually went to in my video. Then there were there
was like an old lady working there, and he was being a dick to her and threw noodles around
on people and blasting music on the subway, and one for shoving a rotten fish in people's faces and blasting music on a public bus. And since then, he's been hit with more charges. His deepfake charge, which carries a minimum of 3 years in prison if convicted. Then there's another obstruction of business charge involving Lotte World. And then on top of that, to make things even worse for the dude, there's a new investigation that can give him an additional 10.5 years in prison if they end up going through and charging him with this. And that investigation is for child harassment. And this revolves an incident.
Okay, I did not hear about that one. Did not hear one bit. Yikes. Send this man to jail, please. Just send this man to jail. He is an awful person. He is... Ugh. Send him to jail and have his cellmate be Korean Fleece Johnson. If you don't know who Fleece Johnson is, just look up the episode of the Boondocks, because they did a parody of him. Look up the Booty Warrior from the Boondocks. He's that guy. Except the real life version that the Booty Warrior's a parody of.
Of him spamming horrific.
Keep in mind the real one's pretty accurate to him.
Lotte World, if you didn't know, is a kids theme park that has similarities to Disneyland and a kids oriented Six Flags. Because in this clip, he walks around with that infamous Bluetooth speaker that's gotten him in so much trouble in Japan, and he lets people donate to use him as a proxy to harass kids in the worst way possible. And while he doesn't understand Korean and wouldn't be able to understand what the text to speech was.
Okay. If I saw that, I would have knocked his ass out. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's just fucked up. Just leave the kids alone, dude. Like, what the fuck? Dude's seriously fucked in the head. He's also so desperate for attention on the internet. Like, he keeps trying to stream even though, like, he's probably gonna get a charge for trying to stream. Like he's not supposed to actually be working, or I don't know. From what I heard, he's not supposed to be, while he's being investigated, he's not supposed to be trying to, like, stream or anything. Ugh.
Saying at the end of
seriously,
the day,
this dude needs to get knocked the fuck out. Knock the fuck out again.
Unacceptable interactions. The last thing you want as a parent is, you know, taking your kids to some.
He just has such a punchable face
through some dude's speaker as he's filming and live streaming your kid's reaction for the entire internet to see. That should not be accepted, and that's why it's so important for these streamers to be extremely careful with how they use the text-to-speech feature in public, as they're the ones responsible for whatever comes out of the speaker that's on their backpack. But in addition to his public defendant, which is essentially the lawyer he's been using up until now, Johnny has now gone out and got himself a real lawyer. Or, well, it seems like his friend Hank has done so for him. And this is what Legal Mindset and some other Korean legal analysts have said about his new lawyer.
He has 2 real lawyers, we're not counting Hank. First is a public defender in the Western District. That is a free attorney that is provided in the Western District where he has an active case. He also has a paid attorney in the Eastern District. Now, the Eastern District charges, as we're going to see, are largely being merged into the Western District. So this paid lawyer is unregistered in the West. So this paid lawyer is unaware of the exact proceedings and what's going on in the Western District.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on.
No idea about what's going on unless he contacts certain people or does extra effort. And it appears that he is kind of being lazy with his proceedings. Also, people that were in the know and some legal professionals and others that analyzed this, as well as people that looked at this lawyer, it appears he's kind of what you might call in the U.S. a strip mall lawyer. He's got a very heavy specific regional accent, which is very hard to understand. He also seems to be very inexperienced with criminal procedure because he doesn't understand the concept of merging cases.
So he
has like a really shitty lawyer for that one. I'm assuming they both are shitty lawyers, and he really thinks this is gonna get him out of South. Oh God, out of South Korea, but yeah, this is something.
Hasn't cooperated throughout his entire case, and he's only mocked the judge and prosecutors every step of the way. And his new Hail Mary is to hire a strip mall lawyer. Bro has a Korean Saul Goodman at his service. I mean, the train wreck somehow keeps on wrecking. But again, somehow it all gets worse, because we also found out that the prosecutor trying to bring Johnny to justice is a top 10 prosecutor in all of Korea. And his new attorney over there also stated that the law enforcement over there is very hard to work with for him due to Johnny's behavior throughout the whole trial. Then to make things even worse, Johnny's lawyer met with the prosecutor to beg them to drop the deepfake charges, but it was too late.
Ramsey's lawyer tried to meet with her, tried to meet with this prosecutor to beg her to drop with the deepfake case, to beg her to drop it. And as we're going to see with the deepfake case, the hilarious thing is
yeah, so they take the deepfake things very serious there, and he basically made a deepfake. I forgot to mention this. He made a deepfake of himself making out with a South Korean streamer, and she said, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then she went through with the charge. She pushed charges on him, and now he's trying to get her to not.
At the time he met with her,
she even told her fan base she doesn't even know that dude.
The charge had already been indicted. They've already moved on. They
don't know you, little bro.
So it was too late to even do that meeting. But they were trying to beg her to drop it because they thought she could drop it. But she'd already indicted, and it had already been moved over to the Western District.
That charge alone could be 10 years in prison for Johnny. So for the sake of his own freedom, it's really about time he starts apologizing for real and changes his ways. But unfortunately for Johnny, I feel like that is just way too late for him now, as Legal Mindset explains the timeline.
He's also like mental. There's something mentally wrong with Johnny Smalley.
Referred the deepfake case
or Ramsey.
To the prosecutor,
that's his like real last name, I believe.
It's looking pretty solid, and we had that based on the information that Ramsey flashed across the screen. He flashed across a paper which revealed that this was already sent to the prosecutor. And I called it out at the time, and I said, he's screwed on this, because this is going to go on to court. If something is sent to the prosecutor, it is highly likely you're going to get an indictment. Well, on March 7th, he leaked that, right? And then on the 25th, the Eastern prosecutor indicted Ramsey. On the 27th, that indictment moved from the East to the West. The West is where his current case is. They are trying to consolidate everything in that Western District because it's already going, it's already pending, and they want to bring everything over to there so they handle it all in one trial rather than breaking it up into multiple trials. So on that day, I knew immediately, and I informed everybody on the 27th. Because of that, Ramsey and Hank were panicking, and they were talking about that with their lawyer. And that lawyer had no idea. I actually predicted that on my stream. I said, his lawyer might not even know, because the lawyer is not registered in the West.
I mean, they have shitty lawyers.
In the East. So he actually wasn't accessing the right court records that were in the Western District. So at that meeting, he actually said, "Oh, you're not indicted for this. Oh, you're not indicted yet." He was.
So again, he's played his cards in the worst way possible, then put his freedom in the hands of a lawyer who isn't even registered in the correct district for him to properly help him. Without a doubt, Johnny or Ramsey deserves a permanent spot in the Hall of Fame of influencer morons for his entire trip to Korea. The dude has essentially turned himself into an international laughingstock for nothing. Then he's also trusting this new lawyer for advice, and clearly he's given him a false sense of security.
Crazy. The lawyer said, "It's unlikely since you're American," which actually revealed the inexperience and ignorance of this lawyer.
Yeah, this guy's an idiot. The lawyer
that went to jail, that was sentenced to 1 year in jail, prison time, for a single crime. And this was actually predating deepfakes. This was just one cybercrime and an obstruction of business. So remember, Ramsey has at least 2 obstruction of business charges already on the docket.
Yeah, I'll make this full screen for y'all.
2 Minor Crimes Act and a deepfake. So Ramsey has over double the amount of charges, and that person, that defendant, was completely cooperative with the judge in the court.
Yeah, and Johnny's been anything but that. And unfortunately for Johnny, he outed Hank's and his own lawyer's incompetence himself. As again, he keeps on streaming from his lawyer's office, and by doing so, he keeps leaking information about his trial without even realizing it as it's being said in Korean.
Also, he's not supposed to be streaming.
Korean, many others do, including translators that help creators cover the story.
So this is the lawyer speaking.
But yeah, this dude is so obsessed with internet clout and getting attention online that he keeps streaming every fucking thing he does. Like, there's clearly something mentally wrong with this guy. Maybe that's why he's such an asshole. But, yeah. Like, it's like, what? Was he like an iPad kid or something? Like, huh? I don't know. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Why is he constantly streaming if he... I don't know. Oh, shit. I just noticed. Back down. But yeah, there is seriously something wrong with this guy.
So what's happening here, guys, is that Hank is trying to be the lawyer, and the lawyer is having to reprimand and say, hey, Hank, like, let me talk first. Stop trying to explain, right? Stop trying to explain. And once again, this is an issue where Johnny didn't understand the Korean, so he just streamed it. But it just shows how incompetent Hank is, and how even a lawyer who he's paying money to.
Hank tried to be his lawyer, and then they actually
let me talk.
Why is he live streaming this in general? And Hank is the one who's been telling Johnny that everything was going to be fine. And then, of course, they messed up and didn't mute again.
Yeah.
This is the superintendent of the Women's and Juvenile Division at Songpa Police Station. Pay attention to that title, superintendent. Okay? The next section, we're going to talk about police and prosecution. This is wild. Also, the section on women and juvenile crimes. The crimes that he's charged with are against women and children. They're saying we're referring the case number. That means he was indicted.
Wait, that's you. That's me. Wait. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's an uh-oh face from Hank right there. And part of me kind of wants to feel for him, as he's been guilted into, like, trying his best to defend his friend who's so stupid he would rather live stream his legal counseling than have a better chance at having his freedom back. It's like he doesn't care his own freedom's on the line. It's just so stupid, it's bad.
I mean, Vitaly was doing the same thing. Did I do a video on him? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah, there was a streamer named Vitaly that did that. Actually, that might have been the last Atozy video I reacted to. But yeah, so Vitaly was being so fucking stupid because, again, like Johnny Somali, he was obsessed with clout, except the difference is he's going in a Filipino prison, and that prison, I seen the place he's being sent to, and it's fucked up looking. It's called the Gulag. Anyway, yeah. That's the thing about nuisance streamers. They're fucking idiots, and their literal freedom is on the line, and they still want to play the, oh, I'm a huge asshole streamer thing. It's actually incredible. It's incredible how stupid they are. Like, whenever you don't feel smart, just think of it. Just think of these idiots. Because I at least hope you wouldn't be this, like, any viewers wouldn't be this stupid to, like, he's filming everything that's going on in his life, and yeah. Like, streaming it. Like, why is he streaming it?
Baffling at this point. But moving on, another clip came out of him threatening to SA the female police officers that were at the station after getting arrested for his underwear stunt.
I've been to this police station 20 times. It's the first time they can put me in cuffs. I've been to this police station 20 different times.
But like, they put you. Where
God,
do
I
they
want
think
to
you're
punch
gonna
that
go?
guy in the
You're,
face.
like, why are you getting cops? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I don't care. The Texas, they're lucky. I don't. These
Dude is really going for the maximum sentence here. He just can't shut up and act right because he has to continuously make everything worse for himself over and over again. And there is nothing.
Again, I think
that's
there's
gonna stop him
something
from
mentally
doing so,
wrong with
no
him that
matter
makes
how
him
much
that
jail
way.
time he's facing. Like, he's just making it
I don't
so
know.
clear to the South Korean judge and prosecutors
Or
that
maybe he's
if
just
they want to
incredibly
stop this
stupid.
behavior, they're going to have to force him to do so. Like, he knows all of this is going to be viewed by them, but still, for some reason, claims that he has no regrets whatsoever.
So my question is basically to Johnny. What I would like to know is if he has any regrets for what he has been doing over the past
He's
few
too
years,
stupid.
especially what's been going on in South Korea.
Zero regrets. Zero remorse.
There is no way. Again, he's just sending these messages to the prosecutor and judge over and over again, it seems. How stupid is it possible to be?
You haven't watched your own videos and all the other things that you've done over the couple of years. You haven't seen anything. You haven't watched anything.
No, whenever I see clips of it, I laugh my ass off. It's funny.
Then on top of that, he also wanted to show up to his next court date where
I think to him, he thinks this is all a joke. This is all a joke, and he'll get away with it. Yeah, he's literally in court getting sentenced stuff. And he's probably going to be in a Korean prison for a while. So, yeah, like, I don't know. Is it just... It's always nuisance streamers. They're literally the people that go, hey, it's just a prank, bro. It's... Well, now... Well, that was back with, like, prank channels. Basically, prank channels were what nuisance streamers were before. It's just now it evolved to just being an asshole in public. Basically, that's them. Oh, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. It's funny. It's funny. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. I'm gonna be racist. Ha ha ha. Funny. Publicly racist and harassing people like that. That's a... I don't understand it. I never understood it.
wearing the new Kanye gown.
What do you think about the cake outfit at the court? Is that too crazy?
Yeah,
See, he's trying to do stuff for internet clout. He's obsessed with it.
It's a wonderful idea, but you won't even have a platform. You'll just get automatic banned.
No, so now I'm gonna get my Instagram deleted again. You're saying
it's a wonderful idea. I'm not gonna lie. But you can't do that and have a platform.
I really want to do the cake shit, but I know
it's a good idea, but why isn't there anybody?
It's funny how I just mentioned how he's okay with being racist.
No one else in the world is doing that. You're right. I haven't seen anybody but Kanye do that. So what could I do at the court? I'm gonna have reporters talking to me at the court.
He's trying to get views and internet clout off of this. It's like he's too stupid to realize that he's probably gonna be stuck in South Korea for a good while.
2 days. The Korean news is coming. The last time I flipped them off and I said I love North Korea.
Oh my!
Yeah, that's also like a crime.
It seems like his own personal Super Bowl seems to be being the biggest idiot possible and going for the most amount of time in Korean prison. But what he doesn't realize is once he's in prison for a year, people will forget about him. And then if he's in prison for like 5 years, almost everyone would have forgotten about him.
Yeah.
And speaking of prison time, the newest investigation might be the worst one for him yet, as he's now facing an additional 10 years in prison if they go forward with this charge. And again, because he live streamed himself doing it, it's not like they have to gather evidence. It's really just if the prosecutor wants to hit him with it or not. But as of right now, Johnny...
I feel like this guy's gonna go crazy when he does get sent to prison, because let's face it, he's probably getting some prison time in South Korea. And, when he gets there, he's not going to be able to stream anymore, and he's probably going to go nuts not being connected to the internet and able to stream himself being an asshole to the world. And he'll probably be getting, I don't know, beaten up, maybe? I don't know how South Korean prison is, but I hear it's not good. I already know the prison in the Philippines is going to be awful for Vitaly. It's so nice seeing all these nuisance streamers getting their comeuppance.
He hasn't responded to this new investigation, and his new trial is delayed yet again. So I'm sure Hank is worrying, because that means that Hank will have to foot the bill for Johnny for even longer until he's inevitably arrested. But that's the most recent update for the Johnny Smiley
Also, he's
case.
been staying with his butt buddy
for one, but we have
that
so
dude
many
named
more
Hank,
crazy stories coming out this week. Also, shout out Legal Mindset for his great coverage of all this.
I think he can't pay for a hotel.
So make sure to subscribe if you're new here, and also I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Anyway. Ooh. This for sure feels like, yeah, it's not gonna end well for this guy. It's not. Like, he has so many charges on him that, oof. Anyway, let's just hope he gets sentenced already, because there's so many, there's like so much evidence stacked up, because again, this dude is obsessed with internet fame that every waking moment he tries to stream everything. Like, I don't get it. Is he that desperate for internet clout? Like, what the hell? Like, at one point, there's gonna be one moron that's gonna die for internet clout at some point, it feels like. Like, how stupid do you gotta be? And it's not like they can disprove the charges. They have everything caught on his streams in video. Like, dude. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace. Oh, peace.